The King's Hand has now arrived in King's Landing. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, here to review Season 1, Episode 3 of Game of Thrones. This one is called Lord Snow, and I've got to be honest, Lord Snow, aka Jon Snow, he is quickly becoming one of my favourite characters in this show. I think he's one of the more likeable characters. There's nothing really bad to say about him. I think he's a man with honour. He's someone that you feel a little bit of empathy and sympathy for, because obviously he was born a bastard and he didn't really choose that life. Of course, nobody does. And he's been pretty much judged his entire life. And even though he does have 5 brothers and sisters that he shares with Ned Stark, unfortunately he doesn't share them with Catelyn. So therefore, it's almost like he's an outsider. He actually feels like, I felt in the first episode in a bit, he felt like more of an outsider at Winterfell than the non-Starks did. So I feel bad for Jon Snow, and he's probably my favourite character outside of Ned so far in this series.
Yes, I would agree with that. Big Jon Snow, great guy, great name. What I would say is, does he look 17?
Do you think he looks older, younger?
I think he looks... Oh, fuck, of course he looks older, man. The guy's got a full beard.
Does he look older than Rob?
I think this No, he doesn't look older than... Who's Rob?
His brother? Rob Stark?
Rob Van Dam?
No, not Rob Van Dam, Rob Stark.
No, I think for in terms of his age, his height goes for him, but I'm pretty sure the actor's not going to get any bigger, like, so...
Pretty sure it's the same height, like, as Rob Stark, is he not?
No, I don't give a fuck about Rob Stark. I'm on about Jon Snow, right? And he's in the snow, he's at the wall... And
but we'll cover Jon Snow later. Like it's hard to review Game of Thrones, especially when you watched it a few days ago. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it down into like locations. I think that's probably the best way to do it from now on.
Let's start King's Landing.
So we start with King's Landing. Obviously, Lord Eddard Stark arrives. He is the king of the Hand of the King. First thing he does is attend a small council meeting. He gets asked to change his clothes, but he's like, "Nah, you're all right. I'm going to go in dressed the way I am." We get introduced to a bunch of new characters.
Littlefinger
we had introduced.
He was in the game, Telltale game, which they cancelled for some reason. I actually quite enjoyed the first season.
Many seasons was there?
1.
Is that it?
That's what I just said. I quite enjoyed the first season.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean there was only 1 season. There could have been multiple seasons, but you only enjoyed the first.
Well, the point is, there was only 1 season, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember what family. Foresters? Is there Foresters in this?
Yeah, I think that was a made-up one
just
for the game. But we get introduced to fairies, Renly Baratheon, who is the king's younger brother, Peter Baelish, Littlefinger, the Old Nan. We get introduced to a bunch of other people as well. So, I mean, basically, Lancel Lannister, some wee guy that just pours out wine for the king. We get introduced to a whole load of folk here. But
are you gonna stand there while my wine's empty, huh?
Ned Stark instantly feels out of place. They're talking about a tournament, how they have to borrow money to to fund it, and
Ned pay the face painter.
Ned is stunned to learn that the crown is in 6 million gold dragons in debt. How much is 6 million gold dragons? I've no idea. But half of it is to Lord Tywin Lannister.
See, when you're the king, right? Should he not be able to go, I will fuck your debt?
I'm not paying it back.
Aye.
Well, what's Lord Tywin Lannister going to do?
Exactly. He's not going to do anything. Like he's...
if King... No, that's Tyrion.
So who's this?
His dad.
Who's this guy?
Tywin. Lord Tywin Lannister.
Who's Tywin?
Cersei's father.
Have we ever seen him?
No, but we will. Anyway, the point is, like, what's he going to do? Fucking challenge King Robert to a duel for the money back? So we have that. The Ned starts learning that the king is a bit of a fucking useless wanker. He just sits about drinking all day and fucking whores. That's what the king does.
You know what? He seemed to definitely be better in the first couple of episodes. Like, I don't mean better in a character sense. I mean, like, yeah, this guy seems serious and he's willing to... As soon as he get back to King's Landing, he's like, oh, fuck it.
Now, Cersei talks with Joffrey. They talk about what happened. Cersei says, look, you need to marry Sansa, but he doesn't really want to. He says the Starks are enemies, and Cersei basically tells him anyone who isn't us is an enemy. So she agrees with him that the Starks are enemy. And you can see here that Cersei's obviously into the power play, and she can't be trusted. And I mean, was she the one that killed the previous Hand of the King? Might be.
Definitely. That's my money's on.
Ira and Sansa still don't like each other, and I think Ira's got every... Is it Arya or Ira?
Arya?
Arya, I think, has got every reason to not like her sister. All she had to do was tell the truth, and she fucking lied, so it is what it is. Catelyn Stark arrives at King's Landing with Ser Roderick to try and give Ned the information about killing the previous King Hand and also Bran. Peter Baelish hides her in one of his whorehouses, and when he tells Ned about it, Ned threatens to basically kill him because he takes that as an insult, but then he finds out his wife is actually there and that he done it to try and hide her, so he lets her go, and that's basically it. Robert swaps old war stories with Ser Barristan Selmy, who is like apparently the most feared knight in the Seven Kingdoms. Now, this guy is supposed to be the best like fighter, but Jaime Lannister's considered the best swordsman, so who would win? I mean, this guy does have about 20, 30, maybe 40 years on Jaime Lannister, so...
Yeah, this guy's old. Let's not kid ourselves here. I mean, he's at least 60.
Yeah,
I mean, they're talking about how, like, Ned's done, and I would say Ned's, mid-40s at most?
Yeah, no, definitely. Robert's talking about all their first kills, and then he talks about Jaime Lannister's kills and how does he feel about killing the Mad King in the back, and Jaime says he wasn't really thinking about it. Robert asks if the Mad King begged for mercy, and he says no, he was too busy screaming the same words he's been screaming the entire day, burn them all, and basically the Mad King burned Robert's wife and Ned's family and basically everyone, so that Jaime Lannister there was a little burn of his own, so to speak.
But see, should he really be allowed to get away with comments like this?
True, but
he's burying Ned.
I mean, it's a little backhand. I suppose King Robert's trying to, bury him, insult him, and he's just turned it. I mean, he's smart. I think he's smart the way he insults King Robert.
Yeah, but he's the king. He knows exactly what you say.
True, but I mean, in
a normal world, yes, I get where you're coming from. I
get it, but I mean, he is married to his sister, and I mean, he has 6 million gold dragons in debt to his father. So I mean,
yeah, but he's the king.
No, he is, but
what would be the worst case scenario if he went, "I want you dead, Jaime," and they just kill him?
Fuck, I don't know.
Is Cersei and the big Tywin going to be like, oh, well, that's up to debt, big man?
I think if you're got a high enough status, you have a trial by combat. And apparently no one can beat Jaime Lannister, so who's going to beat him in a trial by combat?
Sir fucking Banniston Selmy.
Well, maybe, like, it'd be an interesting fight. I mean, that's pretty much it, and we end, really, the whole King's Landing part with Ned getting some guy to train Arya to use her needle, her weapon. Some guy with about 10 million names. Forget his name. Do you know his name?
Syrio Forel?
I thought he was alright though. I mean, he was a wee bit charismatic.
He was.
Bit weird, but it is what it is. At Winterfell, Bran is awake. He's not able to walk. The old nan's telling him stories. Basically, there's not a lot happening here.
What do we think? Do we think he doesn't remember, or I think he just doesn't want to say?
I don't know. I mean, Rob says that you're going to be okay, but Bran says if he can't walk, then he doesn't want to live. So Bran's upset about.
I think that's a fair thing for him to say. I know it. Well, it doesn't.
I think back in this era, not being able to walk was pretty much a death sentence.
Yeah. Not
that walking around was great, but I think. I mean, you can argue that in any era, your worth is you're only as important as much worth you can bring. But how much worth can a cripple really bring? And I believe Tyrion Lannister says it best: it's better to be a rich cripple than a poor cripple.
Yeah.
See if you're poor and you're crippled, they'd probably just put you down.
Of course they would. And that's the thing. This guy, he's not going to be able to defend himself. He'll be hopping around with his arms like a tank for Left 4 Dead. I mean, realistically, what's he going to be doing? No chance for Bran.
Yeah, that's it. At the wall, we have Jon Snow. He's learning to fight. He's training. He's better than everyone else, and they don't like it. He's beating everyone up with their fake little wooden swords. He ends up getting jumped upon, but he's actually saved by Tyrion Lannister, and we see Tyrion Lannister and Jon Snow becoming friends, so to speak. And I guess they kind of have similarities in their family lifestyles, whereas they're both like the black sheep.
Yeah, no, they were. They are. I mean, midget, bastard, big issues. We got introduced to the Kellen Ashby, the priest.
Yeah, Kellen. I think some of the characters on the wall are pretty interesting. Obviously, you've got Benji Stark there. You've got, I think, the guy that does the training. I
like the wall. It was in the game, and not to say like the game was great, and that's what I'm basing everything off. But if you took Jon Snow at the wall, it'd be mince. And I think Tyrion helps it. The only reason he's here early on is to like
take a piss off the fucking.
Right, but to help the development of the wall. Jon Snow can't do it single-handedly for me.
But yeah, Tyrion Lannister and Jon Snow basically, I mean, becoming friends. But is this the last time they'll see each other? Possibly. Who knows? In the Dothraki Sea, we just see that Khal Drogo and Daenerys are getting closer. She might be pregnant or whatever. Well, she is pregnant, I guess. We don't have a pregnancy kit, but they basically realise that she is pregnant. But I mean, not a lot really happened here.
Her brother gets lassoed around the neck. He's like, "Do you want him to die?" No, he's my brother.
He's my brother. Don't kill him. And that was pretty much it, guys.
I think the Dothraki Sea has been the weakest so far of the show.
Yeah, every time it goes to the Dothraki Sea, I do kind of lose interest.
I think that's a problem, though. I think the fact that these guys are being built up as the big bad enemy that could attack at any point, it's like, I just don't. Where?
I mean, there's nothing interesting. The only thing is really that Fairies, or whatever he's called, Viserys, isn't happy that Khal Drogo's marching in the wrong direction. And he's pushing his sister to, try and make him march in the other direction. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But that was pretty much it. I think it's the weakest episode so far at the 3.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
I'm also giving it a 5. It's average. It's not bad episode, but
I can just see pretty much, I can see about 25 episodes of this show being just lost in the middle, nothing happened. Just with jobber, midgets running about, orgies, incest.
I think there's way too much of that in this show. It's like, how could a kid ever watch this show? And I get it, maybe this show ain't for kids, but it's like, do you really fucking need, full-on sex scenes every episode?
It's filler. It just doesn't need to happen.
I just don't think you need it every episode.
No, you don't. Of course you don't. It's that period of time. They did all this shit, midgets.
Aye, but you know they're doing it. You don't need to see it.
Yeah.
That's not me complaining about hot women on the screen. I just think it's I think it's overkill.
Is there any gay characters in this show?
No.
That's good. That's good to know.
Anyway, guys.
I'll tell you what, no, but big Robert.
Well, I mean,
Big Robert's the guy in The Last of Us, isn't he?
Is he?
I think he's that guy.
I don't think
Bill?
he is. Nah,
I think he is. They look very similar.
Nah, he's not.
You sure they're
This
not?
ain't Bill, no.
Are you sure?
No.
Alright.
No, I am sure he's not. Anyway, guys, 5 out of 10. Let us know what you thought down below. Maybe we'll put a poll up to see what's the most...
Is Robert Bill?
No. I was thinking maybe we'll put a poll up to see what is the... the best location at the moment, the Dothraki Sea, Winterfell, King's Landing, or the Wall. We'll maybe put a poll up for you guys to, you guys can answer that. Anyway, that's it. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then, been Fog Entertainment. Thanks for watching, and peace.